Hey y'all, welcome back to West Virginia Mountain Life. We've been gone for quite a bit. I know you thought we probably dropped off the face of the earth, but that's not so. It has been raining profusely here for several weeks, so we haven't been able to do a whole lot in the garden, and we've been trying to get some stuff done around the house with our chickens, and we got 3 ducks and a couple of different things, but we've been trying to get that done while the rain was set in. But I went to get a jar of jelly for one of my friends the other day off of our shelf, and I realized I'm almost out of jelly. So that's not going to work for us. So today it was a beautiful day, so we went outside and we worked in the garden a lot, and I decided this evening after I come in that I would make a few runs of jelly. I found a long time ago that it's a lot easier to make jelly from unsweetened juice. If you're blessed enough to have a lot of fruit trees or a lot of fruit vines and you've got a lot of extra fruit, then yes, by all means, please cook it down and do it that way. Juice it out and get your juice. But we're not blessed to have all that stuff right now, so we use 100% juice. This is Welch's juice. You can get it in 15 different flavors. This just happens to be white grape peach, and that's because I had a coupon for it. So we're going to make jelly today out of this, and we're going to make white grape peach jelly. Now, when you're making jelly, it's really important, number one, that you keep everything sterile. It's got to be, incredibly clean. You want to wash all your jars and wash them in good hot soapy water and rinse them very well, and then put them into a canner is what we use, a water bath canner, and I fill it full of water, put them down in it, and boil them for quite some time, usually 20 to 30 minutes, just because it makes me feel better to know that they're good and sterile. After you do that, you're going to want to take your jars out, and you need to get a jar lifter. If you do not have a jar lifter, get one. There's several different kinds out there on the market. I like this one. I bought this one separate from the little canning kit that you get from Ball. But this is a Ball brand, and it has a nice rubber grip at the bottom and at the top, and it's got a really good spring in it. So it's easier to get a hold of and grab the jars with. You do not want to burn yourself. So make sure you've got a really good jar lifter to start with. They have all kinds of really neat canning supplies. Ball is awesome because they are the canning people. They have been the canning people for years and years. Also, we have noticed too that when you're getting ready to do your jelly, if you stir it with a wooden spoon instead of a metal spoon, it does better. And the reason being is that metal spoon gives it kind of a metallic taste while you're stirring. So people, if you have been trying to make jelly, or you're trying to can, or you're trying to do anything like that, and you're using a metal spoon and you're getting that funky taste, it's because of the metal. So we use a wooden spoon, and I also use ceramic pots because I feel like that they don't have that metallic taste to them either. Alright, so we're going to get started making this jelly. And basically what we're going to do, I've already pre-measured everything out so I didn't bore you guys to death. But you use 4 cups of whatever juice. Doesn't matter, like I said, what kind it is. You're going to use 5.5 cups of sugar. Do not reduce the amount of sugar. Even if you think, gosh, that's a lot of sugar. Do not do it. It messes up the recipe. Totally and completely destroys the recipe. You have to use what they say. And we've got a packet of our jellies here. I'm using jellies instead of Sure Gel just because I had that on sale also. Sure Gel is great. Jellies, whatever, float your boat. But this is jellies. Okay, and what we're going to do, I'm going to take it over here to the stove here in just a second, but I'm going to give you kind of a rundown before we get over here because it all kind of goes a little bit fast. We're going to pour our juice in. Then we will pour in our jellies. And then we will pour in our sugar. When you get it all in there, you're going to want this to come to a rolling boil that you cannot stir back down. And when I say you can't stir it back down, you have to stir this constantly. Okay? When it gets to that rolling boil, all that sugar and jellies and everything will come together and dissolve, and it will get so hard and so fast that you can't, when you stir it, it doesn't dissipate. It continues to boil, and there's nothing that you can do to bring it back down. Once it gets to that point, we're going to boil it for 2 minutes, stirring it continuously. And it is very important that you will set a timer for 2 minutes. Boil it for the 2 minutes, and at that point it will coat the back of your spoon real good. Whenever you dip down into it, it's going to coat it, and it's going to look kind of a little bit on the thick side on the back of your spoon. Okay, once you get to that point, we're going to pour it in the jars and seal it up. It's that easy, folks. We can do this. Let's go make some jelly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our little pot. Follow me over to my stove. My kitchen is small, so bear with me. We're going to go ahead and turn that bad boy on up on high. I am going to grab my juice. I'm going to go ahead and pour my juice over into the pot. And these measuring cups, guys, are 4.5 cup measuring cups. I love them. And the reason is because you can measure a lot of stuff at one time. And they were extremely cheap. I think I got them for like $1 a piece. So, we like stuff that is cheap. And of course, every time you start to do something, you don't have what you need. Get you a knife or a pair of scissors or whatever. Sometimes these packs decide they want to be difficult. You're going to pour your jellies right down in there with your juice, okay? And before I put my sugar in, I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick stir and dissolve some of that up in there. And like I said, as it starts to get hot and starts to boil, it's going to start to dissipate a little bit better, but just because it makes me feel better, I want to go ahead and try to stir some of that up. Now we're going to get our sugar. And this is 4.5 cups right here of sugar. And then I've got another cup of sugar over here pre-measured. We're going to stir all that together and stir it in. Now, while we're stirring this, I'm going to tell you a few little tips. Before you get started making this part of the jelly, go ahead and get your jars sanitized and washed and everything, and get them lined up and ready to go, because once you get this done, you're going to want to go straight over and start pouring it, because you don't want to let it cool on you. And go ahead and put your flats and your taps and your cannon rings in, and let them get warm. You don't want to boil your cannon rings and your taps. You just want them to get good and warm to where the rubber on them will make a nice seal. Also, while we're doing this, I'm going to tell you, you need to get a lid lifter. And it comes in that ball kit that I was telling you about that you can buy. And I think, guys, if I'm not wrong, I think that kit is like $8 at Walmart. It's not expensive at all. And it comes with all kinds of neat little things that you need. We use our jar lifter and our funnel and stuff like that religiously while we're canning. I actually keep all my canning supplies separate from my kitchen stuff. I have a little cabinet that I keep my canned food on that I hand can myself, and in the bottom of it, it's got room and little drawers and stuff, and I keep all my canning supplies together in one place. It just makes it a lot easier for me, and that way I know not to use those things in anything else, so it helps keep it sterile, because I'm not using those things. I don't know if you can see down in the pot at the camera angle or not, but right now you can watch some of that stuff, that jelly is starting to dissipate into the liquid. And like I said, as the more that you stir it and the more it boils, the more it's going to disappear. And this does take a few minutes, but gosh, it's a difference that it is to have your own homemade jelly. And like I said, especially if you're catching this juice on sale like I did, you wouldn't believe how much money that we save by doing our own jelly, because jelly has gotten expensive, just like everything else has gotten expensive lately. But my family eats a lot of jelly. We eat jelly with breakfast, and then I give a lot of jelly away to our neighbors and stuff, people we go to church with and things like that. But everybody seems to love our jelly, and like I said, it is so super easy to make. It's almost a crime if you don't. I do get tickled though when my boys go somewhere else, to somebody else's house. You can tell that they're upset if they make them like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something, and they pull out store-bought jelly. They just kind of look at them like, what? It's funny. But yet again, that's another part of our life that we like to instill in our boys, is that they can make their own jelly, they can make their own stuff, and they can be self-sufficient. And that's what we want them to know, you know. And things don't have to be so hard, you know. I remember when I was little, my grandmother, there used to be a guy that would come around once a year, and he brought peaches. And sometimes he would have oranges and just different kinds of fruit, strawberries sometimes. And he bought like a big truck of these fruits. And my grandmother would buy boxes and boxes and boxes of fruit off him. And I absolutely hated to see that guy come, because I knew what we were in for. And it was going to be, you know, peeling peaches for 2 days, you know, and getting them ready. If we didn't freeze them, then we made jelly. And, you know, we stored them up so that we would have them, because we got such a good deal on them while that guy was here. But I can remember thinking, I dread doing all that and straining it and making the juice and whatnot. I liked the jelly, but I really hated doing all that work. So I kind of skipped all those steps and took it out whenever I started buying my juice and doing it. And as you can see, it's starting to want to strike a boil, but it's not there yet. But all of our sugar, all of our jellies, all of that stuff has completely dissipated, and we're getting really good. Now you can buy the Sure Gel for sugar-free jellies for people who are diabetic and or on diets or whatever, and not eating sugar or whatever your deal is. You can buy it, and then you can buy the unsweetened juice, or, you know, which the 100% juice doesn't have any added sugar, but I think they have like sugar-free juices that you can get, and you can really make true sugar-free jelly too if you want to. But I'm just going to be honest with you, my family just likes regular jelly, so I don't make it. But now my mother was diabetic severely, and my grandmother was also, and they would make sugar-free jelly for themselves, which I always thought was really neat. It smells amazing. And we're starting to boil. We're at a good, nice rolling boil. We're going to stir it, and it's to the point right now. It's coating the back of my spoon good. I'm not being able to stir it down, We are ready, folks. We're going to boil this for another 2 minutes, and we got to stir it continuously. So start your timers. You're going to boil it for 2 minutes. Make sure you stir. Stir, 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 stir. Because if not, it will get hot, it will stick to the bottom, and you will have burnt jelly. Burnt jelly is not a good thing. But you see how, as I'm stirring this, it will not go down? Watch your hands because of the steam. But just continuously stir. We're down to 1 more minute, and then we'll be putting it in jars, folks. We're getting a peach white grape facial here. And as you all can probably see, it was pretty and sunny today up on the mountain. And some dodo didn't wear her hat, and I got a little bit sunburnt. So, word to the wise, make sure you wear your hat and your sunscreen when you go out in the garden for the first time after it's rained for 40 days and 40 nights. So you don't get french fried like I did. We've got 13 seconds. We're going to go ahead and cut that off. Keep stirring. Alright, there's my timer. We're going to release our timer. We're going to take out our spoon and get us something, towels to get it off with. We're going to go over here and we're going to start putting it in the jars. Guys, this is super, super hot. I cannot stress to you how hot this is. When you start filling these jars, you be utterly careful, because we don't want you to get burned up. Now, this little green thing I've got on top of my jar is a jar filler. And like I said, it comes in that kit. And I like to leave a decent sized space on top of mine. You're just ladling it in there. Try to get them as even as you can, but let's face it, folks, we're human and you're not going to have them perfectly even. Now, a lot of people puts just a little bit of butter in theirs, and that helps to reduce the froth that's coming up on top of them. But if you do that, you still have to go back and dip off the remnants of that. I didn't do that this time. But when I get done dipping my jelly over into my jars here, I will take a spoon and go back and get some of the froth off. Uh-oh, overfilled. And you don't talk while you're filling jars because you overfill them like I just did. I'm a little bit full, but it'll be okay. As soon as it sets up, I'm sure this bunch is going to tear into it anyway, so it really don't matter. But this turned a really pretty color. It stayed really nice and true to the color of the juice. I'm going to do today, while we're making jelly, I just go ahead usually when I'm doing anything like this and I make a whole bunch. I'm going to film this one. I'm not going to film me doing the rest of them because it's basically the same recipe. But I will at the end when I get done film all the ones and show you what I did today and tell you what kinds I made and whatnot and so forth. Because I will be making several different flavors today because I got several different flavors of juice. And I like to go ahead and make enough to fill up my can shelves. Makes me feel good when I can go over there and look at my can shelf and know that my family's got jelly and kraut and spaghetti sauce and barbecue sauce and beans and tomatoes and apple butter and you name it, we can it. If we don't can it, we dehydrate it. And by the way, I wanted to thank our viewers for coming on board with us and our family because we have had several of you all that have made comments back to us, and it just tickles me to death to get to talk to you guys and hear that you're liking what you're watching with us, and also just to get to hear some feedback from you guys. We love you all, and we're thankful that you're coming into our lives and being part of our family, and it really tickles us. I spoke with a lady the other day who informed me that she was from the same area that we are and that she used to live here, and that was just way cool to me. So I really enjoyed that and getting to talk to her. We're going to bring our taps over and our rings. Like I said, guys, bear with me. I have a small kitchen. And here's your little jar lifter or not jar lifter, but your little can tap lifter doolally, my bob. And as you can see, I had a little bit extra that was like half. So I'm just going to set him to the side. I probably won't put a lid on it because I'll let it sit up and the kids will eat it tonight on a biscuit. I'll make some biscuits and let them eat it tonight for a snack. Or make some peanut butter and jelly, whatever. I'm going to get me a spoon. And I'm going to dip off this froth. And as you can see, it makes just like a film. And you can dip it right off. I'll put that over in the boys' stuff because they don't care if it's frothy or not. And all that basically does is it just keeps it looking pretty. You know, if you want to leave your froth on there, then far be it from me to tell you not to. But it just makes it look a little bit prettier in the jars if it's not on there. Okay, we're going to get us a nice clean towel. And we're going to go through here and we're going to wipe the tops of our jars off and get anything that I may have spilled that's sticky off these jars. Because that allows it to get a better seal. And the better the seal, the longer it lasts. Okay. Now this thing has a magnet in the bottom of it here. And we're basically just going to dip down in here and pick them up and set them on top of there. Now we reuse our can taps until they don't have any rubber left on them to seal. So if you see some of them here in a minute pop up and say grape or something stupid on top of them, it's because I have used it for something else. A lot of people don't do that, but I feel like that I want to get the most use that I can get out of my stuff. Oh, here's one. This one says barbecue sauce. But when I get done here, we must have ate a lot of barbecue sauce that day because there's another barbecue sauce. When I get done here, I'm going to put a label on them anyways that'll say whatever it is. And the new date. I always date everything I do because I do reuse stuff. And I want to make sure that I know that that was the date that I did it on. Now I'm just lifting out these rings. Whoops. And these magnets, guys, they ain't nothing to play around with. They like these can rings and stuff. Okay, now I've got this nifty little device that is another little trick from Bile, and it's another type of a jar lifter. It has these little rubberized doolollies on the inside, and it's got pockets on the outside. It keeps you from burning your fingers off when you're tightening lids or picking up jars or whatever it is that you might want to be doing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it to help me tighten, and I'm using a dish towel to hold it. It gets just a really super good grip on them hot rings. You haven't burnt your fingers off, and you're getting a nice good tight seal. Until you get a hold of one like I just did and cross thread it. There we go. Now, word to the wise. If you decide on some of these videos that other people are doing that you're canning, they tell you to turn it upside down. I'm going to tell you a funny little secret about that. If you decide to turn it upside down so it'll get a better seal, that's awesome. But as soon as it starts to cool a little bit, go flip them back up. Flip them right side up. If you do not do that, then you end up with upside down jelly. You'll have an air pocket at the bottom of your jelly. Now, I know you're thinking to yourself, Estella, how do you know that? Well, it just so happens I know that from experience. I made some orange jelly a few months ago, and needless to say, I turned it upside down and put it in the thing, and I got busy and I was making other stuff, and I forgot about it. Well, the next morning I went in and I said, well, I'm going to check that jelly in those cases and see how they did. I put them back in the jar cases. Well, I went in there to check it, and I turned it upside down, and guess what? Had a big air pocket in the bottom of them. Needless to say, they gelled, they tasted fine, nothing went wrong with them other than they looked a little goofy. But we've had a good time out of them showing people that dummy forgot to flip them back upside down. But anyways, that's all there is to it, folks. You have now got your jars of jelly. And yeah, they're a little runny right now. They've got to cool off. So take them and set them somewhere where they're not going to be disturbed and let them cool. But that's pretty much it, folks. We can make jelly. We can do it easy. It's not a big deal. Don't be scared to try to make things for yourself, because your family deserves the best. And to me, the best is homemade. So we want to thank you so much for watching us again. And just stay tuned. I'll try to do some more videos soon. Maybe an update on our garden now that it stopped raining some. And if the rain holds off, we'll try to do that soon. But we appreciate you. And God bless your family. And come back and see us. Hey y'all, I told you I'd come back and do an update. As you can see, I'm a lot happier because my jelly shelf is full. We ended up doing white grape jelly. We did the white grape peach that we videoed, and we did some regular grape jelly. But it's filled my shelf back full, so I'm a little bit happier now. And hopefully here in the next little bit, I'm going to be pickling some beets. I may film it. Let me know, guys, if you all would like to see the pickled beets. I have a pretty neat technique on it. But anyways, just let us know in the comments whether or not you'd like to see it. And have a great day, and God bless.